are here because the outside world rejects you. This is your family.
Hey, what's up everyone? In this video, we're going to take a look at some of the new previews for the upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles IDW comics relaunch. So yeah, for those who don't know, the IDW Ninja Turtles comics, the ones that started back in 2011 and went on past 100 issues, has recently finished its run at 150 issues. But the story is not over. They will be starting up again this July, but with a fresh new issue number 1. Same title, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it'll be a whole new writer, Jason Aaron, and new artist as well. So far what we know is that for the first 4 issues, each book is going to focus on one of the Turtle brothers, starting off with Raphael in issue 1. We had seen some covers for his book a few days ago, but now we're getting our first look inside of the book. So let's go ahead and break that all down. First up, the article here on The Hollywood Reporter showing off the preview repeats something that I've seen them talking about since this relaunch was announced. And that's that this relaunch will return the series to the gritty and action-packed roots of the original black and white Mirage comics. So the ones from back in the 80s. It's something I noticed they keep repeating. Now, I don't know if they're talking about just the art style or the story elements being darker and gritty, but when it comes to the story, I mean, the original 150 issues of the IDW comics, the ones they just wrapped up, were already kind of dark. This could turn out to be really interesting if they're going to take that up a notch. That could be really exciting to see. One interesting thing we got from this preview is that the writer of the book, Jason Aaron, has a quote in the article here. The quote says, "When this new series begins, the Turtles have gone their separate ways and ended up in some surprising places." So yeah, the Turtles are going to be split up at the beginning of this relaunch, which makes sense now with each Turtle getting their own issue for the first 4 books. Now, when the news first broke of this relaunch, we learned that issue number 1 will revolve around Raphael. Now, in this new preview, we see where we pick up with him. We have another quote here from the writer Jason Aaron that says, "First up is Raphael, the one mutant inmate in a prison full of killers." And we can see the prison there in these new preview pages. We see that Raphael is in the prison and he's sitting there eating, and everyone in the prison is staring him down. Everyone seems bothered by his presence there, most likely because he is a mutant and they're all human. Now, this isn't black and white, but I imagine this will be in color when the actual book comes out. I think we're just seeing what they're working on here. We next see what appears to be a guard yelling "lights off" as everyone's heading to bed. We see Raphael is sleeping in a cell, but it looks like something wakes him up. In the next preview pages, we see what looks like happens right after Raphael is woken up. Something seems to be going on in the sewers underneath the prison. It's kind of hard to make out what is going on. We see some debris falling from the top of the sewer and some of the inmates jumping down into the sewer. At first it kind of looks like they're trying to escape, but at the same time it kind of looks like they're chasing Raphael as they have weapons. But yeah, I'm not quite sure. Either one could be possible, as you could see Raphael there hiding in the shadows, either hiding from them because he's running from them or because he's following them. Now, whatever the case is, they seem to meet up at one point and he beats the crap out of them. But yeah, that's the end of this book's preview here for issue number 1 of the relaunch. But it's not the end of our first look into what the IDW universe is going to look like after the relaunch starts. As this weekend, we got a look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Free Comic Book Day issue, which I believe is technically our first look inside of the IDW Ninja Turtles continuity since they wrapped up the initial run. This is our first kind of peek here into what's happening in the world after issue 150. The Free Comic Book Day issue shows us a new character in the IDW universe, and that's the character of the Nightwatcher. So yeah, the same name as the alter ego Raphael plays in the 2007 TMNT movie. We don't know if it's Raphael in this version, at least not yet, but we do know that the character, the Nightwatcher, will be getting an ongoing comic series. I believe it's rumored to come out in August, so a month after the IDW Comics relaunch, but I don't think I've seen anything set in stone yet. I'm sure they'll let us know as we get closer to its release. But for now, let's take a look at what we did learn. We see that the Nightwatcher is patrolling what appears to be Mutant Town, which immediately makes me think that this version of the Nightwatcher is either going to be Raphael or Jennika, as both of them were the constable of Mutant Town at one point. Although given the preview of issue 1 of the main title's relaunch, what we just saw and went through, it does look like Raphael is a bit preoccupied, so maybe it is Jennika. The word bubbles are red though, so we'll see. Maybe he gets out of the prison and then ends up doing something like this. Or maybe it's just somebody different altogether. Maybe they switch it up on us and it's Leonardo. Now, what we saw in the Free Comic Book Day issue is that the Nightwatcher is stalking what looks like some mutants who are trying to steal money from an abandoned bank inside of Mutant Town. One of them says that their cousin worked there before the mutagen bomb went off in the city. So yeah, in this continuity, a big mutagen bomb went off and turned a bunch of people into mutants, and everyone's just kind of adjusting to this new way of life of humans and mutants coexisting with each other. Anyways, one of the guys says that his cousin had worked in the bank before the bomb went off and told him that there's still huge loot there. So yeah, we see them break into the bank, but we also see that the Nightwatcher is already there. The Nightwatcher beats them up, except for one who gets away. He tries to make a break for it and goes into a different building, but the Nightwatcher hunts him down. Very Batman-ish in the style that it's done too. Like in the shadows, you don't know where the Nightwatcher is going to come from. So yeah, all of a sudden we see the Nightwatcher drop down on top of the criminal, and we see that the criminal is actually not a mutant. The Nightwatcher removes the criminal's mutant-looking mask, and we see that it's a human disguised as a mutant. So it does look like this is a thing now that people are doing within the city, which is gonna keep everybody on edge, as they're not gonna know what to believe when crimes like this happen across the city. It'll be interesting to see if there's like a specific organization or person behind this strategy of committing crimes, or if this is just like a weird phenomena that's now occurring since mutants are now living amongst humans. One thing that we do notice throughout this whole encounter is that the Nightwatcher is not simply patrolling and going after criminals. It appears to be a little bit more personal than that. Throughout the whole sequence, you can see the Nightwatcher's inner monologue, which is in those red dialogue boxes, by the way. The Nightwatcher is pissed that the mutants are being treated bad. Now, whether the Nightwatcher is going to kill this criminal is yet to be seen, as the short story from the Free Comic Book Day issue ends here with the Nightwatcher stepping on the criminal's head. We'll have to wait and see what happens next. But yeah, if there's anything I missed from these first peeks into the next run of the IDW Ninja Turtles comics, write it down below in the comments. But yeah, there's a bunch of new titles from this IDW continuity that are about to drop here in the next few months. There's the relaunch of the main title, so the new #1, the Nightwatcher series, one that we haven't really talked about much, that's called Mutant Nation. That's also taking place in this continuity. And then there's just like a bunch of other comics as well that are like in their own continuity, like The Last Ronin 2, which already has an issue out, and then also the upcoming Black, White, and Green anthology series. So yeah, there's a lot. So make sure to hit the notification bell on the channel here if you don't want to miss us covering any of that. They have been dropping and announcing a lot of stuff lately. But for now, everyone click here to check out my new 10 rare facts about Secret of the Ooze video, and click here to watch my 10 things the recently announced Last Ronin movie needs. Thank you everybody for watching. I will see you in a little bit with another video. Take care.